Are you okay?
We're jumping right in.
I mean, are you sure? Because you look wrecked, dog. You
You
were
know,
up since how many hours ago?
well, it's currently in Korea. I I've been up since 12 a.m. It is
Mm-hmm.
currently 6:12 a.m. So I've been up for 6 hours.
Oh my god. As soon as I entered this studio,
Hmm.
your expression was completely like, how do I describe it? Like, kind of like the soul has left your body, your
Yeah, yeah.
soul. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's just emptiness right now.
The only
You look
song that
so
comes to my
tired.
head is I became a zombie. And
What
Jess,
is
you
that
don't know
song?
that song. I
I don't know.
sent it to you
I know you
to
did. I
listen
know
to
you
it
did. I'm
when
sorry.
you were feeling like a zombie.
Yes,
Now
I've
all
definitely
you
felt like
all you have is this tune. I feel like a zombie. Na na
yes.
na na hasuabe.
Wait, who is it by?
Day 6. Listen to it.
Oh, I
Okay?
do like Day 6.
Yeah, it has to be our theme song when we're feeling, you
Yes.
know, when
But
we're
yeah,
feeling a
you
certain
straight up
way.
look like a zombie. And I'm so happy that you're coming back soon, Janice, because how do you sustain a lifestyle like that? That's
Dude,
crazy. Like working
it's
every day, 새벽에, it's just not sustainable.
you know what I was doing? 사실은 um I was so originally we were supposed to meet at 6 a.m. and I asked Jess, can we meet at 6:15? You know what I was doing?
Yes. What? Oh, that's so
I was like,
sad. You're just laying your head back and like blanking out
yeah,
slash half sleeping.
yeah.
Oh my
But
gosh.
with that, welcome back to the Honey Jam podcast, Jess. It's been too long.
I know it's been a 2 whole weeks of just no honey jamming. So
Silence,
yeah.
radio silence. I really considered
Mhm.
skipping again today,
Really? Because you're so tired?
but the show must go on.
Was there anyone who reached out asking like no honey jam?
Actually, there were
A
a
few?
few people,
Okay.
and
I think I had a
those,
few friends too. Yeah.
yeah, on the Honey Jam Instagram handle, a few people reached out. Oh, most people though were very, very encouraging. They were
Yes,
saying,
of course.
Jess, relax and enjoy the time. Janice, have fun in Japan. And so people were very understanding, but there were a few people who were like, because the first time I said no episode, the second week I forgot to update people that we're not having an episode.
Oh yeah.
So there were a few people who were like, no episode? So I thought of
Oh.
those people and I thought, okay,
And
we can't
you
cancel.
got your ass up.
Yep. Well, I kept my ass up.
Dude.
Oh, but
Um
Jess, I miss you. It's been
I
so
know. I
long.
miss you too, Janice. I feel like we haven't really like talked.
Yeah, it's been really busy. Well, you've been on vacation, so you've been spending time with your mom,
Yeah, I've been
right?
on mat leave and then you
Hmm.
were you were vacationing. You were in Japan.
Actually, yeah, sorry, mat leave is not a vacation.
I mean, it does feel like one because,
Uh,
baby's not here yet. I'm sending Hui
hmm.
to
Hmm.
school and I've been spending time like resting. So it
Hmm.
does feel very restful. Um,
And you still don't look pregnant on this tiny
oh
little
no,
screen.
I'm so swollen. Not as much as I was with Hui because I'm
Yeah.
moving around so much.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm
And there's a thing. You
uh-huh.
don't really, your face doesn't like get swollen. Because I've
No,
seen
you don't
like
remember?
TikToks.
Yeah.
There's like pregnancy nose.
I had pregnancy nose.
You don't have
And
pregnancy nose.
I'm my face is turning like swollen. I could feel it in my
Oh, really?
fingers and my toes. It's not as bad as it
Yeah.
was with Hui. I had
Oh.
a pregnancy nose with Hui. My nose is really big with
Oh.
him. I think like every week it can't get worse than this. And it's
Oh.
just really amazing how much worse it gets day by day. I'm like, oh wow, I feel terrible. Even when I was getting up for this,
Uh-huh.
I was literally just laying down on the couch, and then I try to get up, just get up,
Uh-huh.
but there's like a shooting pain down my back.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
know if it's I don't think I have sciatica because it's not like regular,
Uh-huh.
but it's like anytime I try to just get up,
Uh-huh.
there's like a shooting pain like that
I
goes
hope
down.
it's not sciatica. That's
Yeah, I don't think it
intense.
is. So I was like, ah, and then I literally had to roll to my side and like
Uh-huh.
get up inch by inch. Um, so that's been my life.
Mm-hmm.
Just dealing with, you know, the final stages of my
Yep.
pregnancy.
She's
Yeah.
coming soon.
Yes, we're almost there. I'm 37 weeks, so that means technically I have 3 more weeks. But
Oh
who
my
knows? She might
gosh.
be here earlier.
I hope not
And
because I am going home early to see Florence.
yes, yeah. And hopefully you can come and come see us.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be in a lot of pain, but I'll be very
Perfect.
happy to see you.
I think I'll be crying. Tears of
Oh,
joy. Holding.
yes. But that's
So,
me. How are you, Janice?
so many things happened.
Yeah, a lot has happened for you
A
guys.
lot happened.
Yeah.
I got a facial,
Okay.
which
In
was really
Japan?
nice. No, in Korea. And so
Oh,
my skin actually is quite glowing.
I mean, it looks really nice right now. I
It
was
was
about to say.
really, my skin was very happy in Japan because it was like really humid.
Uh-huh. Ooh.
Um, but yeah, we went to Japan after
Uh-huh.
the embryo transfer.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't right away though. We made sure to rest for 5 days and then we
Yeah.
went to Japan
Yeah.
and, ate a lot of good food.
Looked
Um,
bomb.
used up all of our credit card points to
Wow.
book a 5-star hotel during our whole stay. Like we've never done that before. We've only
Dang.
done like, 1 or 2 days here and there, but we
Yeah.
used up all of our points. We have no more points.
Was
And
it
it
worth it?
was it was so nice. It was, I think, like that was the number one thing I was actually looking forward to in Japan.
Oh.
And like it was my second time in Japan, right? The
Uh-huh.
first time it was amazing. Second time
Hmm.
was even this so amazing. Even
Were
though
you
we
guys
went
in
to
the same
Tokyo.
city, Tokyo?
Uh-huh. We only stayed in
Okay.
Tokyo. Maybe it could have been a little bit shorter, but we were there for like 8 days, 9 days. It was
Okay.
really long
Yeah.
for one city, but oh my gosh, that hotel. Whoo! And like the breakfast buffet. So what happened was, it's a long story, but so our hotel didn't come with a free breakfast, right? Because it's like really
Uh-huh.
nice,
Uh-huh.
expensive
You
breakfast
have to pay
buffet.
for it every time.
You have to pay for it every time. It's like
Hmm.
a couple. It's like $100, something like that, right? a,
Damn.
a little over $100. It's a really nice breakfast buffet.
Yeah.
And I love breakfast buffets. I love breakfast. That's my favorite meal. And so David was really, really bummed out that like it wasn't included. And I was
Mm.
like, it's fine. We can like purchase it for one day. It doesn't,
Yeah.
we don't have to have it every day. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he was like on his laptop all night long. And I was like, what are you doing? And it turns out he was like looking up at like blogs and like I don't know, like all of these sites to like see if anybody was basically selling their breakfast buffet like advantage as a like a
Mm.
hotel, something
But for cheaper.
like a membership. Just there are people who have that thing and like they don't use it throughout the year apparently,
Hmm.
and they
Hmm.
just give it to people.
Oh,
Yeah, and so like
for free.
he found somebody who was like selling it for $80
Uh-huh.
for the entire week. So we got our
Oh,
thing for $80 for the entire week. But then he purchased it, he sent the money, and he surprised me with that. But then like a few hours later, he's like, "Oh my gosh, there's a free one too. Like someone was giving for free." I was like,
oh,
"I think $80 is more than enough because it was $80 for
yes.
the whole week." So anyways, we got free buffet and it was
Wow, dude,
like,
David is so clutch. How did
who
he even know
does
to
that,
do?
right?
How did he even
Like
know to do that?
that's what I said. I said literally, I would have just been fine if we had just one day, just pay for it. But he was
Yeah.
like, no, 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 no. I'm gonna find this deal,
Wow.
and like he found this random website, and then, anyways, it was
That's
great.
crazy.
It
Uh-huh.
was wonderful. It was a great way to like kind of keep our minds off of like the embryo transfer.
Mm.
And then we were gonna come back the day after arriving to Korea. We were gonna
Mhm.
do the blood test at the
Mhm.
fertility clinic, and then you get the result 2 hours later in the call.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know why, but we thought it was a great idea to pee on the stick in Japan,
Yeah.
actually, because we were just
Yeah.
so curious. Because at
Yeah,
that
yeah.
point, we were like, all right, we should know the
Mm,
results.
mm, mm.
And like, in the perfect storyline, it would have been like pee on the stick and then we get pregnant, we enjoy the last
Mm,
day of Japan. Of
yeah.
course things don't go the way as planned, and
Mhm.
the peeing test, the
Mhm.
pregnancy test, came out negative.
Mm.
And so that was the
Was it the
second.
one where it shows the line or it says like pregnant or not?
The lines,
The
yeah.
line.
It
Mhm.
was a line, yeah. And so I got two tests.
Mhm.
The second to last day I peed on it with David there, and it got negative. And then like I wasn't sad immediately. Like I didn't look at the thing and like
Mhm.
cry immediately. It
Mm,
just kind of
mm,
like it was like a very slow
mm.
realization, I
Realization.
think. Yeah,
Mm.
and like throughout the day, it kind of started to sink in, like,
Mm.
oh shoot, like I might not be pregnant.
Yeah,
But then there was
yeah.
still a little bit of hope because I was like, okay, maybe, man, I don't know. There's an off chance. I mean, the kit clearly said 99% accurate, but I was like, maybe there's 1% chance. And so, I woke up the night after and I peed on it by myself, and it was still negative. And I
Mm.
think that's when like it was our
Kind of hit you.
yeah, that's when it hit. And like I like went through the day feeling kind of like just like a roller coaster of emotions,
Mhm.
like first feeling sad and then like letting all the tears out.
Yeah.
And then because we like went through so much, like it was,
Yeah.
I thought it was 6 months, but it was actually just 5 months. I've only been
Which was
here
a
for
long time.
I've only been here for 2 months though. I thought it was three, but it's only
Yeah.
two.
I mean,
um
I feel like it probably felt longer for you because of that
mm,
delay, like that first
mm-hmm.
hiccup, right? With the timing. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And so I think, yeah, it was a long journey, and to not like get the results that we wanted. I
Mm.
was just most sad about that.
Mm.
And then also I felt very thankful too. And
Mm.
I'm going to cry when I talk about this. But I felt very like thankful to David, like for
Mhm.
like, going through this journey with me.
Yeah.
And like we were drinking matcha and like we were drinking matcha at this cafe like in the morning, and it was like
Mhm.
super busy, so many people around. I was just bawling at the
Oh
cafe
my gosh.
because I was like, I was feeling very like, despite the results, I was feeling so loved by David,
Yeah.
because he was telling me like, like it doesn't matter what happened, like everything was worth it. Doesn't matter how much time or money we spent, like, it was all worth it. And what's important is like we've done our best, like
Yeah.
everything we could.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, I was like so touched by that.
Yeah.
And like and this whole journey like makes me feel like most loved by David. And like
Mm.
I was crying because I felt like our like relationship is like
Mhm.
the strongest it's ever been.
Yeah.
And so I was crying, like I was like, David, I love you so much. I was like crying
Oh.
like that. And David was like, dude, can you stop crying? Like people
In
are gonna think,
public.
yeah, in public. Can you?
Especially in Japan when everyone's like
Yeah.
freaking quiet.
And everyone was like
Oh, oh,
drinking their
sumimasen.
matcha. They're like, what the hell's wrong with
Oh.
it?
Oh, Janice.
And like I was like crying and like drinking my matcha latte. It's like so good. I'm crying. I'm like, this is so good.
Oh.
And so that's what I mean by like a roller. I seriously felt like I was like
Mm,
freaking bipolar or something. Uh,
yeah.
but at the end of it, like, um, I got all of my tears out. And then by the
Mm,
time we came back to Korea, like we already knew what the result was going to be. And
yeah.
honestly, I'm glad I did it, because like that, like the 2 hours, 3
Mm-hmm.
hours of waiting, right? There's so much
Mm,
anticipation after the blood
yeah.
test.
Oh, yeah, for
And
sure.
yeah, I think that's where I start to get very like antsy and like,
Mm,
it's just like so dramatic. And
mm,
so I'm glad I kind of like did the test before.
Do they call
Um,
you and tell you like,
yeah, they
oh,
call you like, oh,
mm-hmm,
임신입니다, or like
mm-hmm.
비임신입니다. And so
Uh-huh.
they told me like, it's, it came out negative.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I'm like, a part of me, I also felt very relieved because one cycle is finally done.
Yeah, yeah,
So I won't be like injecting shots for a while or taking any
mm,
medication
yeah.
or, sticking up suppositories up my hoo-ha. Um, so it's just
The whole
nice.
whole
Yeah.
procedure. Yeah,
Yeah. It's nice just being done with that.
yeah,
And then we'll be back in the fall to try one more time with our
yeah,
last embryo.
yeah. And before
And
that, you guys are gonna keep trying as well.
yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
banging every month, every day.
Let's go.
Trying all natural. And then if Korea doesn't work out, we also talked about, it's so funny, but they do IVF in Turkey too.
Oh, oh, is
And
it
it's
cheaper?
only $3,000 per cycle. Isn't that crazy?
Per cycle. Okay, so
Yeah.
you have to do like the whole thing where you like
Mhm.
retrieve your
Mhm.
eggs and
Mhm. Mhm.
but that whole thing is like 3,000. That
$3,000. Yeah.
oh.
So crazy. I mean,
Wait, so every time you do the
yeah.
what is it? Transfer, is that
Mhm.
part of the cycle?
It is. Yeah. That's
Oh,
like the
okay, okay.
complete cycle, I
Oh,
believe.
so like you already paid for like basically the whole procedure. So even when you
Mhm.
go back in the fall and try again, it's already paid
No.
for.
Oh, no, no, no. It's everything's like by the like visit. You pay per visit.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
In
you're paying
Korea.
for every doctor appointment. Yeah, that's how we did it. But
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's still payments to be made in the future, but
Uh-huh.
most of it is done. Like, because I already have the embryo.
Yes.
Um.
Yeah.
So, so yeah. Sorry that that's a long
No, don't be sorry, Jen. I
story,
feel like a
but
lot of people are very much invested in your journey, albeit it's a very personal one. But I feel
yeah,
like you've had so many warm, encouraging messages, you know, people
yeah,
appreciating you sharing. And again, if
yes,
you don't want to share, totally fine too. But I feel like a lot of people, like infertility, just even beyond infertility, like
right.
miscarriages, baby
Mhm.
losses, like just having a baby, that journey is like really a long and tedious and
Mhm.
it's a miracle, you know? It's
Yeah.
when God gives it to you. So I'm sure a lot of people resonate with you and David and just
Mhm.
hearing you like, cry, it breaks my heart just cuz I know how much you've gone through
Don't
and
cry. Don't cry. We cry too much on this podcast.
I know I'm so sorry guys. We haven't
Well,
talked for a
you have an
while.
excuse. You're
I do have an
hormonal.
excuse. Yes, but yeah, I'm also like crying because I'm very thankful that even through your hardship and um just through this journey you get to have such a loving partner and what a blessing that is because not everyone has that either. So
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you guys for going through it with such love, such wisdom, such strength. And my mom always says like 어떤 대단한 아이가 나올까 너무 궁금하다. My mom always says that she's always praying for you
Yeah.
guys and she's like I wonder like what kind of precious and amazing child God will give them.
Yeah.
Um and we don't know when or how but we pray with hope and
Mm.
um we trust in his timing and in his goodness and you know how fulfilling your life will be regardless of whatever happens. Yeah.
Thanks, Jess. Thanks, Jess.
We love you guys very much, but
Uh,
also I'm so happy you're coming back.
yeah. So we finally decided, okay, well, like technically I was supposed to stay for another month. That was
Yeah.
my original flight. And I was like, hell no, why would I be here? I love Korea. I
Yeah.
love Korea. I will always love Korea. But literally, I just told you, I woke up at 12 and I worked until 5. I'm
If you're
freaking
not
dying.
working, if you're not working, it's like, yes, I'll stay, but
Yeah.
dude, you can't do that when you're working. It's impossible.
진짜 죽을 것 같아. Yeah, I really
Yeah.
feel like I'm drowning. So we moved up our flight. We're leaving next Monday.
Yes.
And hopefully I get to see Florence when she comes out soon.
Yeah. No, if you come next Monday, I'll be 38 weeks, so I don't think she'll be out by then, but
Hmm.
yeah, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll
Um,
see.
Also, like a random story. So there was a
Uh-huh.
cafe that we just randomly found, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And it was really cool. You would love it. It's so like it's cute. It's vintage. Something
Mhm.
about it very sentimental.
Mhm.
And like they have notebooks on the like counter,
What kind of?
and each like
Oh,
it's like
like
a
a paper notebook.
paper
Uh-huh.
notebook, and you can like literally write anything. Like you can
Mm.
draw anything, and like the owner has like a notebook for each month,
Uh-huh.
and people leave like really vulnerable and
Mm.
open messages just
Yeah.
about their life, like people from all different walks of life. There's
Yeah.
like
Is
a
this in
grad
Japan or
in
Korea?
Korea,
I think I saw you upload something where
yeah,
you
yeah.
wrote one too, right? Is that
Yeah,
the one?
so so
Okay,
there's like,
okay.
one from like a grad student saying like, life is so hard these days. I
Mm.
feel like, I'm trying so hard, no matter how hard I try, like I don't get what I want. And then
Mm.
people like write like comments underneath, like they
Mm.
literally write like hand write it, and it's like so sweet.
Mm.
And then one person wrote like, there are things where like, you try to hold on to, and it's
Mm.
like so much more sentimental in Korean, but it's
Yeah.
like if you try to, there's so many things where you try to hold on tight to, but
Uh-huh.
then if it's not yours, you have to just learn to let it go. But
Yeah.
when things like fall into your lap, like hold it closely and dearly, because then it's
Mm.
yours. I was like, dude,
Mm.
that's so beautiful. I was like sipping on my coffee. I was like in the feels, and I was
Yeah,
like,
flipping
do I
through those
need to?
pages.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, do I need to write my story so I wrote my like thing about
Yeah.
IVF, like my husband, that I wrote in Korean. It's so hard
Mhm.
to write in Korean. My Korean got
You
so
did
bad
a good
too.
job. I remember reading it and
I was
it was really
struggling.
good.
I was struggling,
It
and
was
so I was
awesome.
writing like, we're gonna be here for 3 months at the time, I
Mm.
thought, and we're doing IVF, like, and I was like, will we be able to have our baby? And like I ended, and I closed it, I left
Uh-huh.
it, and then Dave was like, ooh, we could come back and see if people wrote on it.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so the other day we went back,
Mm.
and then David was like, dude, it'd be hilarious if no one wrote anything. And I'm like imagining all these things.
Uh-huh.
I look back on it, and thankfully some people wrote under it. And then
Oh.
they wrote like,
Did you take a
let me
picture?
see. I took a picture. It says, 예쁜
Oh.
천사, 엄마 아빠한테 보여줄 게 많은지 준비하느라 오래 걸리나 봐요.
Mm.
And like basically that means I think like, there's a lot for the baby, that there's a lot that the baby wants to show you. So it's taking him or her a
A
while.
long time, yeah.
야, 천사 같은 아이가 오늘의 걸음이 느린가 봐요. 좋은 소식 있길 진심으로 기원하고 응원하겠습니다. 다음에는 새 식구가 방문해 주세요. 서비스 준비하겠습니다.
Wow. Is that
So
the
I
owner?
guess like the owner manager saw it too, and they said, like, we hope for good news. Next time, please come as a family of
Family
three,
of
and we'll,
three.
yeah, provide a free, I don't
Drink.
know. Yeah, they
Yeah.
better
Free
provide us
service.
freaking everything I want.
What is this entitlement? uh
So it was very sweet.
따숩다, 따스워. So
Yeah,
warm.
the thing about like, I think the baby is preparing a lot, and so that's why
Mm,
he or she is taking a long time.
yeah.
It's so like that's the feeling that cafe gives,
Like just warm,
Yeah.
encouraging,
Uh-huh.
sentimental.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and people are just so kind. And
Yeah.
then so
And you've
yeah, I
had
thought
so
that was
many, like
nice.
you've screenshotted some messages that people send
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
and you sent it my way and you've uploaded some on your
Mm-hmm.
story. But
Yeah.
man, people are so, so sweet
So
and
encouraging.
like people who like you don't even know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
their words of affirmation just
Yeah.
it just hits a little different.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's really interesting that, like, we've talked about in the past how you and I are in such different life stages, or like,
Mm,
our own paths.
yeah.
And like, I see the messages on Honey Jam, right? And people know that you're going through, having a toddler now, and then pregnancy, and like I'm
Mm,
going through, infertility and all these things. But people send us encouragements for both of us, and it's like so
mm,
encouraging to see. And it's interesting, right? Because they're so different,
mm.
but it's really nice to see. And
Yeah.
just so
Yeah.
thankful to our listeners.
Seriously, we have the best listeners.
Yeah. And like, what is it that you said the other day? Like, even though our paths are so different, like we talk about this all the time, but
Yeah.
you know, we're we're doing life together still, even though
Yeah.
it's different.
Yes.
So
It's
different.
yeah. Different different journeys, but
Mhm. Mhm.
walking alongside each other.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But thank you
Beautifully
guys
said.
for and listening in and 오랜만 I feel like we haven't cried for a while, so it's okay. They'll understand.
I hope they all cried.
Clickbait.
Yeah,
The thumbnail.
I know. Um, so,
But yeah, I mean, just a few more days left in Korea and you'll be back and then back
mhm.
to regular rhythms. And
Yeah,
then
and a few more days and you'll be a mother of two.
yes, I actually have a lot of transitions going on.
Mm.
Becoming a mother of two.
And you recently graduated from
Graduated.
serving at your church. What do you call that? Like,
I
you
resigned.
resigned. You retired.
I
Jess was
retired.
serving faithfully at her church, at her local
Yes.
church.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, I'm sure like we talked about it before, but on top of my full-time job, I was also working like
Mhm.
part-time at my
Mhm.
church as the administrator. So the church was paying me and
Mhm.
it was my second job
Mhm.
essentially. But then for the past 5 years, and then ever since
Wow.
Hui was born, it felt like I had three jobs because I had my full-time job, I had my church job, and then once I come home, I gotta have my mom job too. So
Mhm.
it was a long 5 years, half a decade, which is kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
And we started off during COVID too. Like I started off right before COVID with like lots of hope and excitement. I'm like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, like it's gonna be awesome. And then you know, pandemic happened. I was like, what the frick? Like
Ah,
Zoom breakouts for over 100 people and
wow.
like yeah, it was crazy. And then we had like our launch, but anyways, a lot of things happened at our
Mm.
church, and I'm just glad that I got to serve in that way. And it's a very behind the scenes role.
Mhm.
So it was like humbling in a sense
Mm. Mm.
because no one knows what the heck I'm doing.
You're right. And
um
you deserve to be in the spotlight.
no, 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 no,
You're
no,
a
it's not
spotlight girl.
nothing like that, but it's just like it's very humbling because like if you do your job correctly, then no one
Mm.
knows. If you mess up, everyone knows. That's the kind of job it is. That's the kind of job
Yes.
it is.
There were a
So
few instances where Jess would call me crying about
yes.
like some mess ups, but
Yes. And you know what's so funny? Okay, so funny story. There was one Sunday, and this was like a couple years back, or actually a year back. I have to order like basically like lunch for like our Sundays
yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
like once a month. And then there was one Sunday, I just like it was totally 100% my fault. I just didn't order enough pizzas. I think I ordered like 10 boxes for the whole church, which is insane. Um and then we realized like what the heck, like there are only 10 boxes of pizza.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't do anything because I was with Hui. It's already too late, and I was just panicking.
Wait, you
But
didn't realize
then
until like the hour of the
until
event.
until the boxes came, and they're like there are only 10 boxes, and I was like yes. And then I checked the receipt, and it's like I only spent like $200. I'm like, what the heck was I thinking? Anyways, it worked out because all the volunteers that they like spread out and got like pizzas from Domino's, Papa John's, like
Wow.
every pizza place, they got some boxes and they brought it back.
Mm.
And then, somehow we fed the church, like literally Jesus feeding the thousands.
Hey, it
Um,
brought everyone together as a community.
it did. And shout out to Jeff and
Mm.
Eunice, you know them.
Mm.
But that's when they started dating too, because they went together to get pizza. And then I guess they kind of bonded. So
They started
you
as
know
friends, ended as lovers because of the pizza incident.
yes, love blossomed out of it too. So
Wow.
what I forgot what Shim said, but one of my staff members was like, what Satan plans for evil, God uses it for good. um
Amen.
but so I was literally traumatized from that pizza
Mm.
incident. And then after that, like every time we have to order anything for the church, I double check like 10, like triple, quadruple, 10 million times. I check like, okay, does the price amount to what we need? Like
Yeah.
the time, the delivery. I call the night before, the day of. I call just to make sure they're there. But so funny, full circle. Yesterday we had a lunch like that.
Oh my
Actually,
gosh.
it was a members lunch, so it wasn't for the whole church, but we did order for the whole church. Anyways, I had to order pizza again, but I
Uh-huh.
ordered from Domino's, and usually they're good. They deliver right on time. There aren't any problems with Domino's because it's Domino's, right?
Yeah.
I I did my whole thing shebang. Like I double
Uh-huh.
checked. I
Uh-huh.
called in the morning. Hey, are you guys coming? They said we'll be there even earlier. I was like,
Oh
great.
wow.
See you guys.
Mhm.
And then 12 o'clock comes. I'm outside waiting, and they're not here. And I start getting a little nervous. But
Oh.
it's 12, and I set the delivery time to 12. So I'm like, maybe maybe they're running a few minutes late. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I call Domino's. Someone picks up, but no one is talking. I just hear like two Mexican ladies fighting in Spanish. They're just fighting.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, hello? Hello?
Mhm.
And I just hear fighting in
Oh my
Spanish.
gosh.
I'm like, okay. And then it just hangs up. And I'm like, all right. And then I call and no one picks up. And I proceed to call like 8, 9 more times
Oh.
and no one picks up. And then now it's like 12:15, so 15 minutes has
Oh my
passed.
gosh.
And thankfully, Pastor Tom is still preaching, but we need to get the food there once
Yeah.
everybody is out of
Yeah.
service. This is my like almost like last Sunday as an admin, by the way, because
Oh my
yesterday
gosh.
was when they announced that I was, resigning.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, oh my god, I'm sweating talking about this. And then Domino's is actually 5 minutes away from our church.
Uh-huh.
So I tell Shim, my boss, hey Shim, I tell him the situation. He's like, maybe they're late. And every car that comes by, he's like, maybe it's them. Oh, it's not. Oh, maybe it's we're both like chicha, don't go clenched and like waiting for the pizza. I'm like, Shim, I'm just gonna go and check. Like I'm literally gonna drive there
Like oh,
to
to the
Domino's and
actual okay.
yeah, to the actual place and to see
Mhm.
what's going on because we ordered like thousands, like the pizzas cost thousands
Oh
of
my
dollars.
god.
So I drive there and then they're working. They're like frantically working. There are like 3 people working. And then the ajuma's like, oh, like, is this that order?
Uh-huh.
I'm like, yes. It's like 12:20. And I
Mhm.
confirmed with you guys. Why aren't you guys here?
Yeah.
And she's like, there's just so many pizzas. I'm like, and
You called to make sure.
yeah, I'm like, well, I ordered in advance
Yeah.
and
There's
and
just
I
too many.
also
That's crazy.
and I also confirmed with you guys. And she's like, "Oh yeah, sorry." And that's all she says. She's like, and then 대박인 거는 she's like, "Our delivery guys out there right now. We're gonna send the first batch." So they couldn't even make
Oh.
the whole batch. They sent it in 2 parts. The first batch,
Oh.
and then he came, and thankfully it came on time right before everyone came out. So I
Oh,
think
that's
people
good.
got pizza, but then the second batch came like at 1 o'clock, an hour late.
Oh my
Isn't that
gosh.
insane?
Well, that wasn't your fault. It's just funny that that had to happen on
I
your
know.
watch again.
I know. And then my staff members were like, dude, that would happen like this today. Full circle moment,
Yeah, it
like
had to
pizza
happen.
trauma. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happened on my Sunday, my last Sunday, as
Oh
I
my gosh.
kind of, announced my leave. And it was actually very emotional and
Mm.
um
It
I
was
I really
beautiful.
I really appreciated it because like they gave me the space to like properly thank everybody and
Mm.
I got to say like a little speech during
Mhm.
members meeting. Um so I don't know, like I was just thinking about how like oh my gosh, it's been like 5 years since I worked
Mhm.
with them and like
Wow.
my church staff members have really seen me like through all the
Mm.
trials and tribulations and joys of my life. So I
Mhm.
even like teared up a little bit, talking about that in
On
front of
stage, did you
yeah, on
write a
stage.
script or like a,
I
a
I wrote like a
speech?
small like
Mm,
just
mm,
just so I wouldn't like scramble. So I wrote
yeah.
like little pieces of
Mm,
notes here and there to, you know, just give shout outs.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then I started tearing up when I was talking about staff because I was like, oh, I hope
Aw.
you guys could pray. Like they really care about you guys and pray for you guys, and
Mm.
they carry the heart of this church. So,
Mm.
as I'm transitioning out, I hope you guys can pray for them. And then I started
Mm.
tearing up. I was like, oh my god.
Aw.
And then at the end, I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so pregnant. Everyone was laughing. I was like, okay, gotta end it with comedic relief.
Yes, exactly. You gotta sprinkle in
Yeah.
some tears, but then also some laughter. 역시, that's the Jessica special.
It was a very like blessed Sunday, and I felt very much
Wow.
appreciated.
Mm.
And that's what they were saying. Like they were like, there are probably a lot of people at church who do a lot,
Mhm.
and they're underappreciated. People don't know what they do, you know.
Mhm.
People only know when things mess up. Um,
Mhm.
but everything that we do at church, how we serve, it's not in vain. Our toiling.
Mhm. Of course. Yeah.
It's for the kingdom and for God. So,
You're
I,
right.
I
And
felt
I don't
at the end,
I've uh-huh. Sorry, go ahead.
no, in the end, I felt
Uh,
very like at peace. Yeah.
mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
And people don't know, like churches are hard to run.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
need a team. And everyone
You
on the
need
team
it.
is so important.
It's a corporation in a
Right.
sense. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is.
It's like you need all the, things that run a company at a
Mhm.
church. Wow. So what are you planning to do while David is hiking?
Ah, freedom!
What are you gonna do?
I think I'm gonna go to well, yesterday I did some shopping by myself.
Oh, oh yeah. Okay, so
And
I
then,
asked Janice to buy me glasses because, as you all
mhm.
know, my favorite glasses from when I was in college broke. It kind of looks like what
I
Janice is wearing right
know.
now.
You had
Um,
them for a while.
yeah, they were my favorite glasses, but they broke. And Korea has like the best, cheapest, trendiest glasses. So I asked Janice, and she sent me like 10 selfies. Can you? Boop, boop, boop.
And then today, I don't know, maybe I'll do some more shopping just because I can.
Yeah.
And then maybe go to a cafe and like be in the fields again.
Wow.
I have a lot of Japan footage that I want to edit.
Oh yes.
So yeah.
Um, and then when do you go to sleep?
And then that's a great question. I should go to sleep at like 6
6.
p.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yesterday I slept at 8.
Ooh.
Today I'll probably sleep early because I'm so tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I really just need to get through this week, and then we'll be home
Yeah.
by Memorial Day.
Oh wow. That's that's
Yep.
crazy, Janice.
Yeah.
What a journey it's been. But
I know.
oh, when you do go to Korea, if you do go to Korea, when
Hmm.
what month would it be?
Uh, it's up in the air. We're gonna look
Mhm.
into like the cheapest flights,
Uh-huh.
but definitely not gonna be back until after August because we want to avoid the heat.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Yeah.
sometime in maybe like September or October-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
October. Yeah,
And
exactly.
then you said maybe even Turkey in the future if
I don't know. We like joked about it,
yeah.
but I feel like I'll be at peace by the end
After
of this. Yeah.
yeah.
Random question for you, okay? So this has come up a lot because for me and David,
Uh-huh.
we've been able to go on like nice 5-star hotel trips because of
Yeah.
our points, right?
Uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
there's a debate because we talked to Jay and
Mhm.
he likes really nice flight. He prefers flights because points you
Mm.
can use on flights or hotels.
Yeah,
And David and
yeah.
I always choose hotel over flight, right? So
Mm.
here's a question for you:
Yeah.
if you can go on a trip, if you're going on a trip that's let's say like 15 hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like
Oh.
no, 13 hours. Okay, trip to
Like
Korea.
Korea.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, round trip to Korea on business class
Okay.
versus a 2-night, 3-day trip at a 5-star hotel. Which one
Yeah.
would you choose?
Wait, so if I take business and we're just staying at a whatever place?
Like a 3-star,
3
clean,
star?
nothing
Okay.
special.
Yeah.
But it has all everything you need. Nothing crazy. Three
Yeah.
stars, like we're talking like a what is the 3-star? You know,
I feel like we've definitely done both.
Yes, exactly. But you
Oh,
have to choose
is
one.
David back?
David, what's a 3-star hotel? Oh.
Like an Airbnb kind of vibe?
Kind of, yes, yes. Kind of
Yeah, it just
Airbnb kind
has
of vibe.
essentials.
Well, we also just say maybe like Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn can be clean. I've been at a Holiday Inn before.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say we've definitely tried both. Like we've okay, but is this like just by myself, like without kids?
No. Oh yes, just you and Josh.
Okay, okay.
No kids.
Because kids, I feel like it. Yeah,
If you can imagine a world without kids right now.
yeah. Because I was gonna say kids ruin everything. Because even with business, it was just like, um, I would say,
It's crazy to me that you
oh,
even have to like think about this.
yeah. No, for me, I'm thinking more for Josh. Josh,
Uh-huh.
I feel like he would culminate a little bit because
Um
he's been on really bad flights.
uh-huh.
And he said
Uh-huh.
he almost cried at the end of it. Like, for example, his recent business trip to China,
Mhm.
it was pretty bad. So he said
Mm.
like, and it was like I think 14 or 15 hours,
Ah.
and he was like in tears when it landed. But
Oh no.
for me, I think easy. I would take the hotel, five
Okay,
star
yeah.
hotel.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah. Like for me, it's a no-brainer. Because for me,
yeah.
like even when I come to Korea and I'm riding economy, I'm so excited. I rode freaking Zip Air to Japan. That thing literally is the worst flight I've ever been on. They don't
Yeah.
have a screen on a
Uh huh.
13-hour flight. I've never seen that before. It's like the tiniest little seat. But I
Oh
was so
wow.
excited because I was going to Japan.
What did you
But
do?
what do you mean? I just
Y-
slept. Oh. Like for entertainment? I had my
yeah.
phone. I was
Oh,
like
you had
very well
Wi-Fi.
entertained.
You
No, no
could have Wi.
Wi-Fi.
What? Oh, did you like
I
download things beforehand?
I downloaded stuff on
Okay.
YouTube, on
Uh-huh.
Netflix. I had stuff to edit. I had plenty to do without a screen in front of my face.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That 그건 좀 힘들다.
I
I can't imagine like
yeah.
a
So yeah,
budget
that kind
flight.
of flight versus,
Yeah. Cuz I
budget
don't
flight.
think I've ever been on like a like that bad of a flight. Um like for me I'm just thinking economy, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm
But
talking Zip Air, 5-star hotel,
yeah.
Holiday Inn, business class. Because I mean,
Oh.
business class is freaking nice.
I think I have to go through it to know, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was 3 nights and 4 days. But yeah, I mean, it's still crazy to me. In the end, it's a personal preference, because
Yeah,
some
cuz
people
Jay
have,
said he would prefer a better flight
yeah, yes, because
experience.
people
Yeah.
really have horrible, like hate being in planes and stuff like that.
Yeah. And also it's
Shout out.
like if you're traveling, I feel like Jay's the type where he's like out and about and like trying things. So all he
Yeah,
needs
that's
the
true.
place for is to sleep and have
Yeah,
essentials, you know?
yeah, that's true.
Versus
Bye,
like
David. Have
versus
fun.
if you are like stay planning to stay in more like a hokkangsu,
Yeah,
then you would prefer to be at home, like in a
yeah,
more luxurious kind of, like
right.
comfortable vibe where you're gonna stay there more.
And shout out to
So
Sarah
mhm.
Yang. She literally gets uh like dizzy, motion sickness on planes, on small planes.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Also,
I understand.
she needs like a nice
Yeah, she says
flight.
nice flight
Yeah.
all day, any day.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, traveling, I realize traveling in general, it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard. It's
Yeah,
difficult. Yeah.
it is. It is. It's like it's not all just rest. It's work
Exactly.
too because
Yeah.
you don't want to waste time. You want to use
Yeah.
your money well.
Yeah. Okay, that's another thing for me when I travel. I don't mind missing out
Mm-mm-mm.
on things, you know? It's like I
Mm.
don't mind sleeping in. I don't mind, going to like a place that's not, as well known.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like
But I feel like because we have traveled together, I feel
yeah.
like you're really good about also like keeping up to like if there is a packed schedule.
Yes,
You're
yeah,
very
yeah. No.
flexible.
I'm a good travel buddy cuz I will
Mm-hmm.
I will match the energy of whoever is leading, you
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
Um but yeah, I realized like for Josh, he's like very 부지런해 during
Mhm.
travel. Like we need to
Mhm.
wake up at like 7, 8 a.m. We need to
Mm.
like have a jam-packed day. We need to go to the best places,
Mhm.
like spend money at the best places. For me, I'm like, we don't need to have a $90 팥빙수 in Jeju-do. But Josh is like, it's the experience. Like we gotta have it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he still talks about it to this day, the perfect mango
Wow.
bingsu in Jeju. But I'm like, we don't have to have it. Like we could just, spend it on something else or like shopping or like.
Uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
there are people like that where they have like very rigid views and like
Mm.
kind of like plans of what to do.
Mhm.
I'm not like that. I like to
So then
relax.
here's another question that I want to pose to you.
Uh huh.
Do you think, because we talk about all these things, do you think then like if there's a couple and they have
Uh huh.
completely different traveling styles,
Uh huh.
could they still work out?
Oh. I feel like if they're both rigid in the ways they traveled, I think
Yeah.
it'll be kind of hard. Like
Yeah.
one person has to know how to give and like be
Right.
flexible.
Right.
If both people are like too rigid about the way they traveled, I think
Mhm.
that's when they're like, oh my gosh, like I can't live with this person. But
Yeah.
I will say traveling brings like the worst out of it brings the real you, like
Yes. Yes.
and like what you can sacrifice, what you can't budge on,
Mhm.
things like that.
Mhm.
A lot of fights happen during travel.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm not going to say any names, but we went on a trip with two different friends, hoping
Uh-huh.
that love would blossom.
Uh-huh.
And in the end, it did not work out because
Yeah.
they have completely different traveling styles. I mean, that's not the
Mm,
only reason why, but
yeah.
it doesn't help.
Yeah.
It didn't
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But then if they do have similar preferences, do you think it would have worked out?
maybe there would have been a connection. Who knows? Who knows? We'll never know.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
So, yeah. Where do you want to travel to next, Jess, with two kids?
Okay. Can we just leave the kids out of there?
Because that's
Actually,
your
though,
reality
we
right now.
can't. Yeah, that is my
Yeah.
reality. I'd like
Hmm.
to go to Hawaii. I'd like to take my kids to
Ooh.
Hawaii because I feel like that's a good, relaxing place to be.
Yes.
Um, but
Oahu.
to be honest, I don't think we're gonna travel for. I think we may try Korea actually sometime in the
Wait.
winter.
Wait. Let's go
Maybe we
together.
could go in October when you guys go. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
if
꼭
you
와,
guys go,
같이.
yeah. But
Let's
we
go.
were thinking maybe because Josh actually has his pat leave that he needs to use before Flo turns 1. So he has like
Oh.
I like 12 weeks or like 13 weeks or something like that.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, and he's using I think like 4 weeks of it, but then he has like 8 weeks left. So I said save it and then let's try to use it when
Yeah.
we go travel.
Yeah.
Um, so we might do Korea because I mean like Korea is like where we have family and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um obviously we want like Josh's family to see because Josh's family's in
Yeah.
Korea.
Yeah.
But if I can, like, I really want to go to France. I've never been to
That'd be
Paris.
so romantic.
Maybe when we're older. I always tell Josh like I really want to visit, France. I think
Yeah.
Josh wants to go to I forgot where he wants to go. I think he wants to go to Spain or somewhere, but he definitely
Hey,
wants to visit Europe.
hire me as the nanny and I'll go with you guys.
I
Pay
know
for
that'd
all
be
the
so fun.
expenses. I'll take care of all the kids. You guys go have some croissants.
Wow, that sounds really fun. But it's just like it's just like that one place where I'm like, "Oh my god, it looks so
Mm-hmm,
romantic and like
mm-hmm.
it looks so nice. I really want to just visit once and like
I'm
see."
sure Josh will make it happen.
I
He will
I
make it
hope
happen.
so. Yeah.
He
And
will.
it's funny cuz like I think his like previous boss was saying like cuz Josh was like, "Oh, like, in the future, like where do you
Mm-hmm.
recommend going?" And his
Mm-hmm.
boss recommended France. Yeah,
Ooh,
he's like, "Oh, it's
belly.
so yeah." I mean, what do you recommend? Where do you recommend? You've been to a lot of places for our
I mean,
listeners. Where's your Kangchu?
Paris is a great place to start.
Uh-huh.
It's so
But you've been to
romantic.
Spain,
Mm-hmm.
you've been to like I don't know, where have you been, Janice? You've been to a lot of places. You've been to
Yeah.
Italy with me.
Yes. Italy was so
Italy
romantic
was really
too.
nice, yeah.
Florence.
Actually,
Oh,
I love
Florence?
Did that just click? Getting
Hey,
lost in Florence.
with Florence.
Oh wait, was it Venice?
Yeah, it was
Anyways, yeah,
Venice. We got lost
yeah,
in Venice.
yeah. But it
But
was
getting
really
lost in
romantic.
Florence with Florence.
Yes, Florence was actually a beautiful city.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm talking about your
Oh,
daughter.
yes, yeah. I get that. I get
To
that.
make it
It was
clear.
really nice because we were with our like with my family at first. So that was like a really
Uh-huh.
unique experience, I feel like. Being with like
Yeah.
locals, that was like I think
Yes.
a really cool part of the trip. Yeah.
You're
But I
talking about our
love
trip.
yes, I love Germany too. Germany was
Yes.
awesome.
Germany's cool.
Yeah.
But
But
I
out of
think
all
Paris is
the
great.
oh,
Hmm.
do you think that's
Yeah.
one of your favorites
Oh yeah, for
to visit?
sure.
Mm, I see, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can do it with two kids.
No, no. There's no way. Maybe in the future. Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
think about it, but
Yeah, when they're
yes,
bigger.
for now I am vicariously living through you guys as I see
You're
clips here
vicariously
and
living
there.
through this.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Like through this right now.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, your food posts, Janice.
Okay.
Remember I was like, "Hey, what is that? What are you drinking?" You're like, "It's just a latte." I'm like, "It
It's
looks
just a
good."
latte. I'm like, it's alright.
Is David back
David for-
again?
he forgot something again. Okay.
Hey, also shout out to Diana and Taylor,
Oh my
our previous
gosh.
Honey Jam guests who got married yesterday.
Beautiful wedding. Beautiful
Beautiful.
wedding.
Diana, you looked beautiful. Taylor, you looked
Yes.
so handsome, so stunning,
Mm.
such a stunning couple. And it was a
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful wedding.
It really
Diana
was.
actually asked us to MC as like a
Sorry.
surprise. Sorry, Diana, that we couldn't.
Like I
But
said, I'm in Korea and Jess
yes,
is very pregnant.
I am pregnant and sweating. But yeah, shout out
Congrats.
to Diana and Taylor. Congrats, guys.
Woo! All right, you guys. I guess that's the end of today's episode. Please remember to follow us on Instagram because the number has plateaued, guys.
Uh
It has
oh.
plateaued
It's because I mean we
because
haven't.
I haven't been posting. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Please leave us a review on Spotify and Apple Music or wherever you listen to our podcast because we ain't going nowhere. We're gonna keep pumping out the episodes. We'll keep you guys entertained.
All right. Bye, everyone. See you
Bye
next time.
now.
You came alive too, Janice.
I did.